Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Coin Enthusiasts and Treasure Hunters. Today we're diving into a fascinating and surprising topic. A seemingly simple everyday coin, the 2016 1-cent piece, could be worth way more than you think. In fact, some people have even estimated its value to be up to $20 million. So how could a coin worth just 1 cent actually be worth millions? Well, stick around because you're about to discover the incredible history and potential worth of the 2016 1-cent coin. Before we get into the mind-blowing value of this little coin, let's start by taking a closer look at the 2016 1-cent piece itself. You might be wondering what makes a penny, which is essentially worth nothing more than a cent, so valuable? Well, there are a few key factors that come into play. From rarity to minting errors and even historical significance, this coin has some unique attributes that could make it a goldmine. Let's talk about the basics first. The 2016 penny was part of the regular circulation of United States currency. It features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side with the inscription, "In God We Trust." The reverse side displays the Union Shield, a design that symbolizes the nation's unity and strength. Now, before we get too excited, let's acknowledge the obvious. In everyday transactions, this coin's face value is just 1 cent. That's right, it's a penny. But if you happen to come across a specific 2016 penny that was misprinted or contains a rare error, it could be worth thousands or even millions of dollars. So, what kinds of errors are we talking about? Well, there are several types of coin errors that collectors go crazy for, and the 2016 penny is no exception. One of the most notable types of errors in the 2016 pennies is the double die error. A double die error occurs when the coin's design is struck more than once during the minting process, causing the features on the coin to appear doubled. If you find a 2016 penny with this error, where the numbers on the year or Lincoln's portrait look blurry or doubled, you might have something special. And here's the kicker: if the double die is severe enough, collectors could be willing to pay thousands of dollars for it. But it doesn't stop there. There's another exciting error that people are searching for: the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, causing part of the coin to be missing or misaligned. If you find a 2016 penny with a noticeable off-center strike, don't be so quick to dismiss it as just another mistake. Depending on how much of the design is off-center, you could have a highly sought-after piece on your hands. And let's not forget about another rare find, the die crack error. A die crack occurs when the minting die, the tool that strikes the design onto the coin, develops a crack. This crack is then transferred to the coins, creating a unique and sometimes highly sought-after feature. If you find a 2016 penny with a noticeable die crack, collectors will want to add it to their collection. All of these errors are incredibly rare, which is why they command such high prices. You see, the US Mint strives for perfection, and any mistakes in the minting process are typically caught early on. But every once in a while, a coin slips through the cracks and ends up in circulation. That's when things get interesting. So why would a 2016 penny be worth $20 million? The simple answer is it's not. But here's the thing: some rare coins can sell for a mind-boggling amount of money, especially if they're tied to historical events or have significant flaws. The $20 million estimate might sound a little far-fetched, but it stems from the idea that a penny with the right type of errors or historical significance could one day become the most valuable penny ever sold. For example, in 2016, a rare 1943 copper penny, created during World War II when copper was needed for ammunition, was sold for over $1 million at auction. Could a 2016 penny with the right errors someday fetch a similar price? It's certainly possible. To recap, here are the main types of errors you should be on the lookout for when searching for a valuable 2016 penny. Double die errors, blurry or doubled features. Off-center strikes, part of the coin's design is missing or misaligned. Die cracks, unique cracks transferred onto the coin, and other rare minting mistakes. Each of these errors could make your penny worth thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars, and in some cases, who knows? It could be the next rare find worth millions. So, what should you do if you find a 2016 penny that you think might be valuable? Well, first things first, examine it carefully. Use a magnifying glass or even a microscope to look for any of the errors we've discussed. If you find something unusual, don't just throw it into your spare change jar. You might want to get it appraised by a professional coin dealer or a numismatist. Remember, while a 2016 penny might only be worth 1 cent to most people, for savvy collectors and coin hunters, it could be worth a small fortune. Keep an eye out for rare minting errors and you might just stumble upon your own hidden treasure. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and want more coin tips and valuable finds, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Until next time, happy hunting and may your change jar be full of treasures. Special thanks to coin collectors worldwide. Next, 1976 1-cent USA coin. Today, we've got a super exciting topic to dive into, the 1976 1-cent coin. Now, I know what you're thinking, a penny? Really? But trust me, this isn't just any ordinary penny. The 1976 1-cent coin has a fascinating history and some of them are worth an eye-popping amount of money. We're talking about $94 million. Sounds crazy, right? But don't go anywhere because by the end of this video, you'll know why this penny is more than just pocket change. So let's break it down. You might have a 1976 penny sitting in your coin jar right now, and that's why this video is a must-watch. There's a chance it could be worth a lot more than you think, but how? Let's start with the basics and take a look at the history behind the 1976 penny. History of the 1976 1-cent coin. First off, let's set the stage. 1976 was a monumental year in American history. It marked the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. That's right, America's bicentennial. So, in celebration of this milestone, the U.S. Mint decided to commemorate it by releasing special coinage, including the 1976 1-cent coin. The design of the 1976 penny didn't change drastically from the regular 1970s design, but the Mint did add a unique twist for this bicentennial year. Most importantly, the 1976 penny still features the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, which we've seen on pennies since 1959. But it's not the design that makes this coin worth talking about. It's more about rarity, errors, and the condition of the coins in circulation. Keep watching and I'll explain. Face value versus collector's value. Now, let's clear something up. The 1976 penny is worth 1 cent, yes, face value, when you find it in your change. It's not automatically a rare, expensive coin just because it's from 1976. But here's where things get interesting. Certain 1976 pennies, especially those with specific errors or rare traits, can fetch hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars at auction. So what makes a regular old 1976 penny potentially worth millions? That's what we need to explore. The rare 1976 copper penny and the controversy. Let's start with a shocking discovery. In 1976, the U.S. Mint was actually still producing pennies out of copper. But in 1982, they switched to a cheaper zinc-based alloy for pennies, which makes the older copper pennies more desirable among collectors. Here's the twist. Some people believe that the 1976 pennies may have been accidentally minted with a copper composition in larger quantities than the Mint intended. So what happened is that certain copper 1976 pennies are a lot rarer than the standard zinc ones, and that creates significant value for coin collectors. The 1976 NOS Mint Mark penny. Now, things get even more interesting. While most 1976 pennies feature a D or S mint mark indicating where they were minted, there are some very rare 1976 pennies with no mint mark at all. This is incredibly unusual because the U.S. Mint generally always places a mint mark on their coins, especially when they're producing them in large quantities. But it seems that, just like with the copper content, there were some coins that slipped through the cracks, and a few 1976 pennies are missing that mint mark. If you find one of these, you've got yourself a very rare piece of history. 1976 penny errors that could be worth big money. Okay, so now we're getting to the good stuff, the error coins. There are several types of errors that make a 1976 penny potentially worth a lot more than 1 cent. For example, some pennies were accidentally double-struck during the minting process, which means they have overlapping images. Others might have been struck on the wrong planchet, a different type of metal. These types of errors can make coins incredibly rare and valuable. In fact, a 1976 penny with a double strike could sell for tens of thousands of dollars depending on its condition. But it's not just the mint errors that can drive up the value. The condition of the coin plays a huge role too. How condition affects the value. You've probably heard of coin grading before, and it's crucial when it comes to determining a coin's value. A penny that's been worn down by years of use won't be worth as much as one that's in pristine, uncirculated condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. A well-preserved 1976 penny could sell for a lot more than its face value, especially if it's a rare error or it has that copper composition we talked about earlier. The $94 million myth. Is it true? Now, here's where things get a little crazy. I know you've been waiting to hear about the $94 million, but is it true? The answer is yes, but let's break down the story. There's a rumor that a particular 1976 penny, believed to be an error coin with a special minting flaw, could be worth as much as $94 million. This coin has not been confirmed to exist, and to be honest, no one has ever sold a penny for that much money. But it's the hype surrounding coins with rare errors and pristine conditions that has led to such speculation. That $94 million number is mostly based on how much some rare coins have gone for in the past. But don't get too excited just yet, it's more of a fantasy than a reality. However, the rarity and collector's demand for 1976 pennies could mean they're worth far more than the average person might expect. How to know if your 1976 penny is valuable before you rush to dig through your couch cushions or coin jar? Remember that the 1976 penny you find might not be worth millions. But don't toss it aside either. If you've got a 1976 penny in excellent condition or one with an error, it could be worth significantly more than its face value. So, take your time, do your research, and consider having it appraised by a professional. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you found this video as fascinating as I did. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want more content like this. And let me know if you've got any rare coins or questions. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, keep hunting for those hidden treasures, and who knows, you might just find a fortune.